You say you're getting sloppy going smaller. Yep, let me fix it. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Here's your fix, master class. You are not following your own rules. You're not trading it the same. So by going in smaller, you're all over the place. You're letting your stops go all over. You're way too loose. You wouldn't do that with a large size. Why are you doing that with a small size? You're acting ridiculous with it, right? Trade the trade like you're supposed to, but with smaller size. Smaller size does not mean bigger loss on the small size. Oh, well, I only have 100 instead of 500, which means I could lose the whole thing and I'd still be better off than if I was trading with $500. Does that sound appropriate? Nope.
Nope.
Stop changing what you're doing. The small position is just supposed to allow you to let it work, you not to freak out. You're not in a million trades. You allow it to do what it's supposed to do. That's all. Now that we've gone through those two questions, number 3, are you finding you're profitable where you weren't? Or are you getting more green days than you were red before? Is it starting to change the way you are trading and your portfolio overall? That's the most important part. Go.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Green day since we started, coach. Every day.
Yep.
Way more
With a
green
better
days than
journal.
red.
Good.
If I have to sell, I sell. I don't care. I come back. I have enough power to buy again and come back and make it happen.
It's
I can
beautiful.
stay in longer.
Yes.
Easier to stay in longer.
Yeah, and that's the part I love is the staying in longer, because if the trade is going your way, the smaller amount mentally will allow you to let it go. Now you guys are going to start to notice, and this will be the next part on your journeys. We're 12 days into this month. Here's the next part. Are you guys ready to add on to what we're doing? Now that we're halfway through the month, we're going to unlock the next mental level to becoming a professional trader. Here we go. Ready? Get out your pens and papers. Now what you guys are going to find is when that small amount becomes a large amount on the trade, not the account. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but on the trade itself. So let's say you were in that Tesla yesterday. Your small account became a large amount. The issue is you're going to find that now mentally you're going to be back in the state where you were before, which was, oh crap, now I'm in this large amount, and it's going to start to freak you out, right? It's going to put you right back to where you were. So if your 100 became 1,000 yesterday, where the 1,000 was too large before, you're going to start to get back into that mindset. But what I need you to do as a professional trader, and this is going to change everything you do, so listen to the sound of my voice. I want you to treat that like it's still the $100 trade. You're still allowing it to work. You're still collecting profits only when you're supposed to, not because it's the biggest trade you've ever been in. That doesn't mean shit. That means nothing. There will always be times you'll be in a bigger trade than you've ever been before, because the better you become, the more you'll let it run. So if your 100 became 1,000, you're not allowed to freak out. And this will be the next mental part. So this is part 2 of the whole thing that we're doing this month, right? So you got the basics down. Small position sizes, followed the rules, stopped out the losers, and let the runners run. Next phase. Now that trade is becoming larger, because it will. If you guys have noticed, your trades before were maybe 10, 15, 20, sometimes if you're really lucky, 30% of what you did on that trade. Now you're starting to see it's 30, 40, 50, 60, sometimes 100 or more percent on the trade. You would have never done that before. Now I need you to mentally get in as a professional professional trader. So every day we're going to be thinking about how you're going to become this professional trader. It's allowing it to run forever, because now your 100 gets to 1,000. In the same day, that 1,000 could become 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Leave it alone. Stop panicking. Stop going, oh, I'm green, get it out. Oh, I'm green, get it out. Oh my gosh, I've never made this much money before. Get it out. Oh, I hit my target goal for the day. Take it out. Oh, I said if I made $300 today, I'm just going to take it out. I'm going to walk away. No, you're not. You're not doing none of that bullshit. The trade is still working. Leave it alone, right? Who cares? Let it go. Stop messing around with it. Stop dinking around with it. Stop taking all the money off there. You don't need to do that. Let it go. Every time it pulls back, do exactly what you're supposed to. Shed 50, 20, 20, 10 until you are so freaking comfortable with this thing. Your last runner's running till freaking 3:58 p.m. I don't recommend that. Try to get out as early as you can, especially if you got time decay and all this stuff. But what I'm saying is stay in the freaking trade, right? I want you to become a professional, and to do that we've got to change our minds, and we can't do that until every day we continue to work on this process. So this is phase 2. Moving in, we've got 2 phases. So if you guys still haven't got phase 1 yet, you got the rest of the month to get this working. I'm not asking a lot. I'm asking you to follow all of my rules, not some. You don't get to tweak bullshit. You don't get to do nothing but follow the rules. Small position size. That's it, right? That's it. You don't get to change shit. You don't get to add your own flair. That's out the window. Bye, right? It's all gone. Bye-bye. So phase 1, follow the rules, small position. Phase 2, once now that you're in those trades longer, leave them alone. Go buy the mouse pad. Keep your dirty hands off the mouse. Makes sense? Are we all in agreement? That's what we're going to do now for our accountability for the rest of this month, is you're going into phase 2 of becoming a professional trader. Yes?
Yes, coach.
Yes.
Good.
Mentally a pro trader.
Yes. And everybody's going to write that in your journals down, right? If you guys go back and you're missing a day on your journal, you're not following the rules. You don't get to do some. I said all. I know. Don't just stare at me. You need to, I understand. And you're going to do it. I'm staring. I'm looking right at you. Get your journal out. What are you just sitting there for? Get the journal out. Write down what I just said. That's it. Write it down. Get it.
Coach, I'm writing it down. At one point you said treat gains as a small amount.
When you get into those large trades, treat your mental state should still be it's a small trade in your head. The problem is when you guys start getting into these really large trades, you start sweating and panicking and freaking out, and emotions take over, and stop. It's not how this works, because guess what? Eventually your $100 trade's going to be 1,000. Then you're going to lock that in. Your mental state will be right. Then your 1,000 is going to become 10,000. Then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just made $10,000 today. You need to settle it down, control that shit, because then I'm going to have your 10,000 turn into 50,000 in a day. And you guys have seen me do it time and time and time and time again with people. And then you're like, holy shit, coach, this can't be right. I made $50,000 today. Yeah. Then I'm going to turn your 50 into 100,000. Or you know what? Then you'll be a $100,000 trader. And again, I got to control your mind. So you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's $100,000, right? I could buy like 18 cars and do all this stuff, because then I'm going to take your 100,000 and I'm going to make you $1 million trader. And we've seen that in here time and time again. In a single day, people making $1 million. And guess what? They're still like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, stop. Because then I have people, right, who've made almost $6 million in the same day. So again, you're 50, 500,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 should trade the same. And until you can trade that the same, you can't move up. You don't get to take a $10 trade and start trading 100. You can't take 100 and start making a $1,000 trade. You can't take 1,000 and now it's a $100,000 trade. This is why I told you guys since day one, if I gave each one of you $100,000, 99% of you will lose every penny, because you're not ready to trade at that level yet, right? Does this make sense? Are we all on the same page?
Yes, coach.
100%.
Okay, good.
Great advice, Coach. Thank you.
Absolutely love this.
Yep. I mean, it's the biggest thing, and this will seriously take you from amateur hour to holy shnikes. This is the move. This is one of the largest lessons I've ever given. Perfect chef kiss out there. This is my gift to the world. This is what's going to take people to the next level. Legitimately, this is what will change the game forever for all of you. So I take you from that infant stage where we're crawling, and this will take you to running, right? You will be sprinting if you get these parts down. So this whole month, accountability, I'm going to be working you through it, and we'll get you to where you need to go.
Are you enjoying your experience with American Dream Trading? Great! We'd love to hear from you. Your feedback helps us continue to grow and provide the best in stock market education to new and advanced traders. How about leaving us a review? Great. Just go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, click write a review, leave us a rating, and then leave your review. It's just that simple. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your feedback. See you soon. Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts, and this is a stream that's been created to let you know how great American Dream Trading is. And for traders to just have a place to hang out after the market, because the market can be stressful, right? So this is where we come to talk about coaches' strategies, to watch videos, to talk about what it is we need to do to be successful in this game. If you have not been here before, welcome. This is the best stock trading education community there is out there. Why? Because we have Chad Christian, right? Who you just saw on the video. He is our coach and mentor, and he teaches us everything. How to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in the middle. Why? Because he's a 33-year stock market vet. That's why. He's traded in literally every market condition imaginable. So that makes him a good coach. That makes him a good mentor. That helps him to teach us the correct way. We don't chase call outs over here. We don't look at ticker symbols and think, oh, wow, what's that? You know, somebody calls something out or texts you. That's not learning. That's not teaching you, right? We've got Coach in a live open mic all day, every day. And when he's not here, we've got mentors like myself and others who are there to train you and help you learn and continue to focus on his strategy. So welcome. If you haven't joined yet, smash the like button and click AmericanDreamTrading.com. It's linked to the top. It is actually pinned to the top of this live chat and also located in the description of the video for those of you joining us on the replay game. Let's see what we got. I think we got a couple people here. James L is here. What's up, James L? And I think we got Callie. So let's go ahead and let him come on in. We're trying to get Coach to 20,000. We're trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers. Callie, do me a favor. Mute your mic, sweetheart. Trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers, and right now we are currently sitting at 15,490. 45.10 to go. 45.10 to go. We can get that done. We can knock that out, gang. That is nothing but a chicken wing on a string, right, James?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So tonight we're talking about being a professional trader. Callie, how are you, my darling? You good? Okay, cool. All right. Tonight we're talking about the mindset of a professional trader. And that's the reason I played that first video, right? But before we get into that, did you trade today? Did you have a green day? Did both of you have a green day? I hope so. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I didn't play very long.
Well, sometimes you don't have to.
I had one yesterday.
You did, Callie? A green day yesterday? Would you trade futures? Okay. Cool. Nice. So James, would you scalp it? You were in and out?
Well, yeah, I did scalping on TSLL in the pre-market and tried getting in that EWO at the open on TSLL, and it quickly went no, and then it went maybe, and then it went no, and then it went oh yeah, and then it went hell no, and like nope, okay, red,
Right.
green, shed, red, green, out.
I hate that. I hate that, dude.
I mean,
Wow.
it was just it was just a chop day. It was in a channel and it stuck around VWAP. So that second time, like Palm says, that second time it got up there and got into the green, right at that same level, I got out of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? That makes sense because if you watch, Coach, what he did, he waits. When it gets into that chop zone, unless he wants to scalp it like that for a quick $100 or whatever, he waits for it to break either below the low of the day or above the high of the day, or whatever the low of that channel is or the high of that channel. So that he can get it on the momentum. You know what I mean? And that is one thing that ate me up for the longest time. And by kicking back and just watching and really, really learning, and especially while editing these videos, you have to watch them so that you can highlight what he's talking about. And in doing that, you're learning.
Editing these
So
videos.
it's really learning a lot to be able to, you know, you got to have patience. You know what I mean? Got to have patience to wait for those breakout moments. And that's when you get in. Callie, what'd you trade today, honey? Well, you traded yesterday. What futures did you trade?
I didn't trade today. It was
Yeah, which futures?
I didn't trade today. Not today.
Okay.
I traded
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yesterday. You said futures, right? Which one? Like oil or gold? ES?
No. No, I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Elena.
All right. Well, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hopefully you made money. But yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight. You know what I mean? Trading professionally, making sure that you have the correct mindset to be able to trade professionally. And one of the things that we do is we got to really, really, really learn how to sit on our hands when it's the market's not giving us what we need to make some money. You know what I mean? That's one of the hardest things I found is to be able to sit on your hands because you're anxious, right? You're, guys, do me a favor, mute your mics because we got some background shit happening there. But yeah, just you got to make sure that your mindset is right, right? You got to make sure that you're not jumping at the first opportunity just because you see something running up. And I think a lot of new traders do that. You don't even have to be a new trader to do that. You know what I mean? Like James, you said you were in it, it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. That's, you know what? That's, hey, you know what? Let me let you make up your mind before I decide to get in there. You know what I mean? Because it fakes you out. There's false breakouts, there's things like that that let you think it's going in one way, right? Cup and handles, they're good for that, right? You got your double top, which is the cup, and normally it's supposed to be bullish. It'll do the usual forming of the handle, but it can sometimes fool you and continue straight to the downside because let's not forget it is still a double top. And usually what happens at a double top, YouTube? What happens?
It pulls.
That's it. So if it pulls, don't be surprised. But if it stops pulling, right, and it starts heading back up, that's a cup and handle, right? But if it starts to go down, you got to be ready either way and have your stops in place. Be ready to attack it to the downside. If it comes back up, be ready to attack it to the upside. That's how we learn, right? So that's what I've been watching with Coach. That's what he trains us to do. And that's what works, Looking down here, we got James L, we got Shado 669. Welcome. That's the first time I've seen that name. Welcome.
That's Chet H.
Is that Chad H?
Yeah,
Ah,
we've got all the usual suspects. A
ah.
couple of names I haven't seen before, and a couple I haven't seen in a while. Leonard Jones is here.
Leonard Jones, what's up? J
Uh,
Dog.
yeah, this whole name change thing with YouTube, whatever happened with that, is just kind of
It's weird.
got day trader. That's one I haven't seen before.
Is that Maria?
Yep.
Chart and Soul. You know, I like that. Chart and Soul. That's pretty cool. The market was kind of a mess, so I don't think you missed right? It really was.
Here's a name you ain't heard in a minute, Miss Dawn.
What's that?
Armathal.
Oh my God, Armathal. What's up? Welcome. Yeah, it has been a minute. You're right. What's up, everybody? Can we get some more people on the panel to help us talk about some of their trades or talk about your experiences trading, you know, as a professional trader, what you've learned about mindset, what you've learned from Coach, just to get your feedback. Come on up on the panel. If you want, you don't have to have your camera on. You can come on up here and let us know what you've traded. If you have any questions about how to do the trades, that's what we're here for, gang. What's your thoughts on that, James? Like when you find that you're coming up to stuff like that, right? Like today you got out of it, but do you normally get out of it or do you try to trade the chop? I've been caught out there trading the chop so
I
many
didn't
times.
used to.
Yeah.
I used to try.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily say at this point that something's really clicked.
Yeah.
But like we talked about the other day, it's more hearing Coach than just listening. So
Yeah.
it's coming to recognize, and especially sticking with one stock. It's a lot easier to identify that stuff when that's all you stare at.
Yep. Absolutely. Because each stock kind of has its own set of habits that it does, right? And if you get to know that stock, like David knows Apple, David and Eric know Apple. And I'm sure F2 probably knows it quite well by now as well. These stocks have certain behaviors and they tend to at some point repeat themselves. Otherwise, what's the purpose of charting? That's why we chart, right? So that we know what those patterns are. We're literally drawing out those patterns when we put lines on the screen. That's letting us know in the screen that we're in right now today, if a line is there, that means this has hit this spot before. And it was strong enough that a line was created.
Well, and I think today was a little more difficult too with the news events.
Yes.
It shouldn't have been anything major to affect the market.
Yeah.
But obviously it did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
News catalysts. Gotta love them. Gotta love those news catalysts.
Tell you what, I'm kind of grateful that it was so choppy today.
How come?
Well, Coach hung out with us a little bit longer than he usually does.
I know. I was editing that promo video, so I didn't get a chance to hear it, but I know he hung in there for a while. We had we got somebody named Marlena backstage. We had a media team meeting, so I was in that as well. But I love it when he does that because that gives you guys even more opportunity to deal with him one-on-one. He can't always do it, but when he does, take advantage of it, right?
Oh yeah. No, it was a good day.
Hey, Marlena.
Hey, Don. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really new to the whole trading setup, and I just had a quick question.
Sure.
Right now I'm in the middle of like setting up my chart, and I'm having issues with making understanding the difference on Turbo Trader from aftermarket and pre-market and where my settings are. Now there's a video on Discord which I followed. I went over the video a couple of times, but it's still not clear to me on how to set the Turbo Trader. What's
Okay.
your thoughts on, should I mean, I guess it's a preference. Should I go with Turbo Trader or Classic Trade with Webull?
You know what? With me, I do a little bit of both. Turbo Trader obviously gets you in quicker.
Okay.
If you have an offset, it can get you in with that offset, which means that'll help your chances to get filled a lot better. But I also do a lot of Classic Trade because sometimes I'll go limit. Yeah, because I don't want to get it at market. I want it closer to where it actually is. And
Okay.
I get a better fill like that. So it really just depends on what your preference is. Try it both ways and see what you're more comfortable with.
Okay. Okay. That's
And
very helpful.
okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
glad. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for. And what I was about to say was put in a ticket. You know how to do the ticket
Yes. Uh-huh. Yep.
for your
Okay.
setup. You know what I mean? So they can help you.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate your help. Thank you, team.
You're welcome, honey. Feel
Yeah,
free to
feel
come
free.
hang out with us. Did
For
you
me,
trade today?
I have the classic
No.
trader set up. If I
Oh,
want
okay.
to
Here we go.
do in the
Okay.
weeds.
Don, were you talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know James was offering some advice. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying for myself, I have the classic trader set up if I want to set a waiting in the weeds. But other than that, I just use the turbo trader. I do have an offset, but in the pre-market, post-market, the offset is the same as last price. It's going to fill at last price. If it happens to jump up to your offset in one candle, like a gamma candle, it may still catch you.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I'll have to set that up. I haven't traded not a day in my life, not even trading, but I'm working on it. My goal is to have everything off and running by the end of this week.
Okay. Did you just join Diamond?
No, I've been in, but just been studying real slow and understanding the terminology and the mechanics.
Okay. Are you a member?
Yes, I am. Diamond
Okay.
member. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Give it
Yep.
up. Congratulations.
Yeah. But I've
Well,
been on it for a while, and thank you to the team and everything. I just been learning real slow. It's just all of the trading information is like me, a baby, learning just everything new
take your time.
in a foreign language.
Take your time. You got the perfect membership because you have access to all the rooms. But here's the thing, right? And this is something that new traders should take into account when especially when you have the diamond membership. It can get very tempting to get squirrely and want to kind of tap into everything. You sound though like you got a good head on your shoulders and you're ready to just slow it down, take it slow and focus on one thing at a time. And that's definitely what you should do, right?
Yeah.
Preferably focusing on stocks first before you get into other strategies like options or futures or crypto or anything like that. Just learn how to trade a couple shares at a time. And pre-market is perfect for that because that's all they do.
Okay.
So you're in the right spot.
Okay. Yeah,
Definitely.
and you made a good point, Don. It is a lot to learn. It's like, oh my gosh, where do I start?
Yeah, don't get overwhelmed. Just if you're an early riser, just go ahead and get in the pre-market and learn how to trade a couple small stocks at a time. There's no stop losses in there, but you're trading stocks that are penny stocks that are like $1 to $5, right?
Yeah.
So you get one or two shares, very minimal risk there, and learn the strategy, learn how to buy and sell and get in, get green, and get out. That's all you're learning at that point. You're not focused on any type of profit whatsoever. You're just focused on the process. That's it.
Right. Just the technique and then following coach's rules and everything. That's what I've been hearing a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You follow his rules, you can't help but be successful. No guarantees, but you can't help but be successful. Everybody that follows them, well, you've seen it. You know what I mean? He's created 14 millionaires, so and they follow the rules.
I couldn't imagine coming into you know, ADT diamond from the get go and seeing all that at one time. You know,
Right. It can be
I
overwhelming.
I've got to see the progression of it. So even going from a VIP gold to the diamond is just mind boggling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But you're doing it right.
I couldn't imagine getting from the get go the whole thing. Just wow.
Yeah.
But you got the right mindset. Take it very slow. Master that getting in, getting green, and getting out. Master that to the point where you're so comfortable with it, then you increase your position size.
Okay.
There have been several people who have gained massive success, and I'm talking 7 figures, just hanging out right there and learning that strategy with those penny stocks. Literally became millionaires off of penny stocks doing that. They just started going from 1 or 2 shares to 10 or 5, then 10, then 20, then 100 shares, then 1,000.
That's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And see, that's good because I just want to learn the technique and learn it baby
that's it.
steps. And once I get there and get this hang of everything and
Yep.
understand the terminology and what everything means, then
Yeah.
once I feel that comfort, then I can move to the next step.
Then you move forward. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, you already got a good head on your shoulder. Just remember to have patience and discipline. That's all you need, because a lot of people that don't get it don't fail because the learning wasn't there.
Mhm.
Ton of information. They fail because they didn't have the patience and discipline and give themselves grace.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Sorry about that light. I know that light is kind of crazy back there.
Oh, you're good. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I think Callie's Loops was trying to say bye. I think she's having internet issues.
Okay. Love you, Callie. Thanks for popping on.
Thank you so much, Don. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It took me a while to come on here because I was like, what do I ask for? What do I say? I feel silly. I think I'm gonna ask the wrong question or say something stupid.
Don't even worry about it, because especially if you're brand spanking new, you may not even know what a candlestick is.
No,
So
I'm still learning everything. I've been
yeah,
here for a while, just learning, and I have this notebook. I just been just taking notes.
good. That's your journal.
Everything like during the Zoom meetings, I just been writing down things that I've never heard of
Yep.
and take the notes and then go on Discord and start looking up all the information and then just really understanding everything. Like, oh, I never heard of that. What does that mean? You know?
Yep. Watch the videos. The videos can explain a lot. And being
Mhm.
in that Zoom call is huge, because that's where all of the moderators are. And that's where you can interact and ask questions, especially if you watch a video and you don't quite understand it. That's what we're there for. And then if you still don't get the answer, you have the aftermarket. You can come ask me. If I know the answer, I'll try to help you out.
That sounds great. That's
That
perfect.
I didn't catch. Just curious. Did you go through the start here process?
Yes, I have.
Bruno
Have
will
you
be
been?
so
Have you
happy
been
to
to
hear
the?
that.
Have you been to the onboarding yet?
Yes, I talked to
I thought so.
Arlo and yep, I've talked to them. I've been on the onboarding. I've done that a couple of times because
Oh, good.
everything with learning the mechanics of Discord and everything that was kind of new for me too. So I had to take, I went on to the onboarding a few times just to make sure
That's good.
So yeah, that
Yeah,
was cool. Yeah.
that was smart.
I've been there a couple times.
Yep. And it's always new because I say if you're new coming on, get on onboard as many times as you need because
That's
Discord
it.
coach is always upgrading Discord, so you might miss something. So
Right.
yeah. So it's really
Absolutely. They may change it around. So if you can't find something, onboarding is the best place to go to get all that basic information.
Well,
exactly.
and the WAP changes constantly too. It's like
Yeah.
I noticed something today. I don't know how long it's been there. I may have overlooked it, but I noticed something today that I'm very intrigued about checking out tomorrow.
Mm.
But
Oh.
there's now a live stream feed on WAP.
Oh, really?
Okay.
To sign up. I've already signed up for the WAP because that comes with it, but I have to get back on there. It's so much. It's a wealth of information.
It is.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
voice sounds so
basically
familiar.
everything on WAP is in Discord. it's just another site that's kind of got some, little perks and pros and cons, like all of the videos. It actually tracks what you've watched and what you haven't.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good to know. That's really good to know.
Yeah, that
Um,
kind of helps us know on the back end how much you've, delved into it.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
good. Because then, if something we don't understand, you guys can kind of dial in and see, oh, I can see where she's at. And okay, she's right there and she needs help with that. Um, I've also did the Saturday meetings.
oh, with David,
Yeah,
yes.
David, that was a lot of information and very helpful too. And I wrote down a lot of notes. So I put Saturday's notes, and it's just so much notes that I have that I just refer back to, and it's helping me to recall everything with memory and everything. So
Good. That's what your journal's for. I'm glad you're keeping that. That thing is going to be your trading Bible, right? Because
mhm.
once you start really trading,
Mhm.
it's going to help you as a reference point. What did I do right? So that if you get into a slump, which will happen, you'll have losing trades and you'll think, well, what am I doing wrong? Go back and refer to your journal. You'll have things in there where you did things wrong, you did things right, and you can refer to them to help you move forward.
Exactly. Yeah. I know that in one of the meetings, Coach was talking about putting together or a journal for sale. Are those
Yeah,
up and running? Okay.
not yet, but we're still working on them.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, but that's a good project, and trust me, you guys will be the first to know when those are ready.
And
Okay.
I think that's, if I heard correctly, that's going to be a digital thing, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Or
okay.
was it digital and or
I
hard
I,
copy?
I think it's digital.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So,
That'll go
but don't quote
faster.
me. They may do both,
Oh,
but yeah, that's so many things are being developed on the back end. You guys have no idea. So I'm excited.
nice. Thank
Well,
you.
there's maybe I'm just showing my age, but there's something for me that just the pen to paper sticks a little
Nothing
bit
wrong with
better.
that. Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
Yep.
Not much,
Especially when
but
you write it out yourself. That's why Coach tells you to write the journal out,
yeah.
Hmm.
because that helps. It sticks when you write it and you see that and you read it back, you're getting it embedded subconsciously. So
Exactly.
it sticks better.
Yeah. And it's just some line paper. I mean, it's like college rule. This is what I'm using. Very simple. It works. Unless
I'm
there's
looking
like a
for it in my cubby. I got it right here with my Sharpie.
uh,
I mean, old school. That's what you got to do.
yep,
My
it
wife is a
works.
paralegal, so I have a lot of legal notepads.
Wow. You got it going on. Is
Yeah.
she one legal or paralegal? Ah! I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Never heard that one before.
I'm being stupid. But yeah, you know what I mean? The journal is everything. I
Yeah.
write everything in that. And
Oh,
that it becomes your best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Mary just said that they'll have a physical option to purchase too. So like a
Oh,
hard
Okay,
copy.
cool.
So there will be both.
Thanks,
nice.
Miranda. She is always there with the information.
Nice. That's good. That's good information. So a little physical copy. Now, is it any different from a professional like if I journal in this and when I start to really trade and journal in this regular notepad, is there gonna be something like should I have a professional journal specifically geared to that once Coach comes out with the physical copy for the journals?
If I had
Well,
to guess, probably so.
Okay.
yeah.
He's going to have there's going to be coaches. Well, I'm sure you've seen Coach doesn't do anything half-ass.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
I've also took like if I see something, I'll do a snip of a picture of
Hmm.
what a trade looks like. And then you know how you can do it's called like if you have a Windows computer, it's called snip.
Yes.
Yeah, snippet tool. Yeah.
Yeah, the snipping tool. Like if I see something and I catch it, I take like a Word document and I'll bring it up and then I'll plug it in there and make my own notes off of that.
That's very good. There's a lot of traders that do that. We've had a couple of millionaires in here that use that tool and do that very thing. They record with it and everything. They'll
Okay.
record
So that-
trades.
yeah.
Yeah, they record trades. They and watch them over and over again just to get the behavior of the stock, what it did when such and such happened. We have people recording the L2 and doing that very thing. I know Ange was doing that. So yeah, that's very good.
Okay. I didn't even know how to use Snip. I had to get Google how to use Snip. It was so embarrassing. I was like, okay. And then once I got the hang of it, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you can record with it too. Record, not just screenshots, but you can also record with it too.
I saw that, and that's how I was able to use it to communicate back and forth with Discord in the past, with just communicating with some of the questions I've had in the beginning. So I was like, okay, how do you do this? How do you do that? It's so different, like, and I know these are simple things for other people, but it was a little bit
It'll be simple to you at some point, right? Everything's uncomfortable at first. But because I was the same way. And what helped me, honestly, was just staying in the Zoom call. I was able to be in a position where I work from home. So I was able to stay in the Zoom call pretty much all day, just like you're doing, and getting tidbits and listening and hearing things. Yeah, you get so much from the Zoom call. So,
well, I bet you can't guess what's helped me more.
In the Zoom call, communication,
the interaction, the more active,
yep.
Talking more, asking more questions.
That was my problem in the beginning, is not asking questions, not knowing what to ask. And I should have asked something, even if it was just a basic thing.
Well, and you're asking now. That's good.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good. You didn't like, a lot of people suffer in silence because they're embarrassed or they're shy or whatever. It's like, we're the type of group, we embrace you. It's like the group acts as a support group as well. It's not just moderators and things like that. We act as a support group. So if you're having a bad day, if you're having a bad trading day, if you have a very simple question, basic question, because you've never traded before, because the group is made up of a lot of people who have never traded before. So, don't be afraid to do it. I'm glad you came on here and speak up in the Zoom call. They're not going to bite you. They'll answer the questions just like I did. We don't bite hard. You know what I mean?
But it amazes me. You've heard that saying, if I had a nickel, well, if I had a half a cent for every time I've heard Coach on the live Zoom call answer the same question, over and over and over, and it's different people. Sometimes it's the same people. I absolutely love the way he handles it. He just says, yep, okay. And there's no side eye, no grunt, no, I've told you people 100 times. It just goes right on through it. Yep. This and this is this. And just, so don't feel like you're going to ask a question that's been answered 100 times, or, that horrible thing is a stupid question.
Yeah, because there's plenty of people who won't ask it, and you asking it gets them the answer too.
Yeah. Oh, you'd be surprised at how many times it's been said before, and it'll be said again, that you asking one question may help 30, 40 people in the room.
Yep. That's very true. I've seen it. They ask questions, and I was like, "Oh, that was the question I had too."
Yeah, I used to do that all the time. I'm like, "Oh, thank God they asked that question," because I didn't want to ask it because I thought it made me sound stupid. But you know what I mean? Like, what's a wick? Like,
no, there's been several times for me that somebody would ask a question, and it's like, "Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I hadn't thought of that."
Yeah.
So in the pre-market, it's for my time, I'm Pacific coast, so it'd be like 1 o'clock, 1 a.m.
Well,
that'd be for typically Coach doesn't really come on until actually like maybe 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Coach comes on 8 o'clock our time, which is what, 5 o'clock your time?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But yeah, there's some West Coasters that are in there. They work their schedule around it, and they're in there at 1-2 o'clock in the morning, and getting their learn on.
Yep.
Papa, I know, is one of them. There's been a few people that have done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ed, isn't
So
he out there in Cali somewhere?
yeah, in Sacramento, California is
Yeah.
where I'm at. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Cool
about
beans.
Coach comes on, I think not 5, but 6:30 now that I think about it. That's what I have it as. 6, I think it's 6:30. Is it? Yeah, 6:30 a.m. So yep.
Well, I know we got one member that's in Australia, don't we?
I think so. We did. Aussie Trader, yeah.
Yeah, we've had one or two in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one member that's still in Thailand now.
Oh wow.
So
Yep. All over the world.
Nice.
Canada, we've got quite a few people from Canada.
hey,
Nice. Well, yeah. Well, I'm happy to be a part of the team. Now I just have to get enough guts to get on there and start asking Coach questions.
He won't hurt you. He's a gentle giant. He'll help you out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's his whole goal, is to help us learn and learn without it keeping it like simple. I always joke that he can teach a caveman how to do it, because the way Coach teaches, from people who I literally had no training at all. I didn't know what an indicator was, the 9, like what? I didn't know, like we're laughing. I didn't know what a candlestick was, or a wick, or any of that. And I'm like, a candlestick? I'm like, what? Wicks? What are they talking about? And slowly but surely, I picked up on everything between listening to the Zoom call, reading the books, watching the videos, and now I'm teaching it. It's crazy.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. But that's the way he teaches,
Yeah. I mean,
but at the same time, don't get him messed up. If somebody comes at it the wrong way, he'll shut it down quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't see her doing that.
Oh no, I'm just.
Yeah. Have you seen him get out on somebody yet?
Experience it at some point.
I've seen him. I've seen it. But it's out of love, and I could see his heart through the screen. He has a big heart.
Yeah, he does.
Coach
he does.
He's a really nice guy, and I could see it. I've never met him in person, but you can just feel the energy coming through the screen.
Yeah, he means everything he says, and he means to help.
Yeah. Feel like no student left behind. He's there
because he's been there. He's struggled. He's been in the poorhouse before. Let's just keep it a buck, right?
Yeah.
And he knows what it's like to not have. So if he can help somebody else pull themselves out of that situation, he has literally dedicated his life to helping people get out of the struggle like he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta respect that. I gotta love that, and I'm here for it all day long. So,
exactly. Yep. Yeah. So I'm happy to be a part of this team. I think
we're happy you're part.
This is the greatest decision I've ever made, was to get on American Dream Trading. Coach has done some wonderful things. I've seen it. He just seems like a really blessed guy, and he's just there to just give out the blessings to other people. You just have to it's right there. You just have to go get it. I mean, you can only bring the water to the cow, but the cow has to drink it, right?
That's right. And hey, if you ever want to do a testimonial with your phone and talk about how you like American Dream Trading, send it to me, and I will make a video out of it. We'll put it out there. You know what I mean? So people can hear from members how they're doing, But yeah, it's Dawn at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Real simple.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. If you ever want to do that.
American Dream.
He is such a smart ass. He's making fun.
You forgot.
Yeah, it's Dawn at AmericanDreamTrading.com.
Trading.com.
Yeah.
.com. Here, Mark say
Mark's gonna have everybody saying it that way.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it now.
Exactly. You know how you see those old commercials and they're like, what
like
was
Expedia?
that?
Expedia.
Oh, Expedia or the Verizon one from back in the day. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Mark
Yes.
got that embedded in my. I've never met the man a day in my life, but that .com is like right here. It's in my head.
Yeah. He's branding it. I started putting it on the end of my shorts. It's like a branding, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is
I
so cool.
want him to make us like Expedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it.
You're
So
welcome. You're welcome.
Yes,
I'll let
ma'am.
you guys have your show back. I'm sorry for taking it over.
No,
I'm
God,
glad
no.
you did. You know,
Yeah, she
somebody
gets
came up
tired of my
here.
ugly face, so.
Never. Well, maybe a little. Never. James, I'm excited about tomorrow. Aren't we playing Jeopardy?
We're going to give it a shot.
Cool.
I make
You
no
got-
promises and cannot be held accountable.
Well, you should come hang out with us tomorrow, Marlena. We're playing Stock Market Jeopardy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yep. Even if you're just in the chat, whatever you want to do. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Yep, I'm here. So stock market Jeopardy. So Fridays is a little bit different. I think it was
Friday freestyle, where we
free-
basically just reflect on the week. That's a good show to come on to tell us how you did for the week, what you learned, if you have any questions that weren't answered throughout the week. That's what that live stream is for. It's kind of just a freestyle.
Okay. Quick question. I have a silly question for you guys.
Ask it.
Post in P&Ls.
Uh-huh.
I have my desktop Weeble. Where do I find my P&Ls? I'm sorry. Because this is all just setting up my charts.
Mm-hmm.
But where do I find is it in my account for a it's something, a P&L is what you made for the day, right?
Yes.
Profit and loss. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
James, I don't really trade on the desktop. You know where that is?
Yeah.
Upper left, right?
Yeah.
Upper
Well,
left.
I mean, there's a couple of different ways you can get to it. On the upper left in your toolbar,
Okay.
the three little bars. See if I can find it. See, I've got mine set here. Actually, go down to the. Hey, I got my screens all messed up here. If you go down to the bottom left to your gear,
Okay.
your you're on your general settings.
Yes. I see
Go
it.
to menu bar settings.
Okay. Menu bar setting. And underneath general. Oh yeah, I see it.
Underneath general, and then next to general settings, you'll see your menu bar.
Okay.
And then that top one, it says mini orders widget.
Okay, I see it.
And then the next one is mini account widget.
Oh, okay.
And you can check that on, and it'll put a thing right up at the top right where you got your X, the two squares, the minimize.
Oh, okay.
Individual cache. You'll see a little square up there it'll have your account information on it. And there's another one right down below that just specifically for your P&L.
Oh, okay. And so right to the far right of my desktop where you do the minimize, it should be like a square.
Yeah, if you come back to the left, you'll see your account type.
Okay.
Like margin or individual cache.
Okay.
There's an unlock or like a little lock symbol.
Okay.
And then next to that is where those little squares will start popping up. Your working orders, your account order, your P&L.
Aha, I see it. I clicked on it and it added those working and the TAV right at the top at the right. I see it.
Right. Now, see, I do it that way because something that I think it was actually Mark started some time ago.
Uh-huh.
Or it may have been someone else. I may be giving Mark credit he's not due. But anyway,
That's okay. He doesn't get enough credit. So yeah.
You can put it up there so you can get access to it, but you can keep it hidden to where it's not your focus, because you don't want to focus on your P&L. You start focusing on the money, you'll get locked in on that.
Oh.
And it'll mess you up.
Yeah, it's almost better to leave it off, honestly.
Right. So that's why I go about it that way. And I said there's several different ways you can go about getting access to your P&L, but I do it that way so it's there. At the end of the day, I can take a look at it, but it's not in focus.
Okay. That makes sense. So
I mean, you can even put a positions widget, or there's a widget for your account that'll show your P&L information that you can put on your screen. But then that puts your, it puts your P&L right in front of your face.
Oh, okay. So I see that, and then I'll probably just use it then as I progress, and I'm okay with, sharing it. Then I can share it in the lounge or something like that. That way I can show, ask questions and say, hey, this is what I've done. Maybe just maybe it might help, me, and maybe somebody can jump in and say, oh, okay, maybe you might need to do this or X, Y, and Z. But
well, and that's, as far as that goes, that's why it's been recommended by several, including Dawn. Don't worry about the dollar amounts. Do your percentage.
Okay.
And like Palm has preached, 1 to 3%. The compounding. Maria did the compounding calculator website the other day.
I saw that. I got it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So your dollar amount is irrelevant. Okay. It's learning to trade.
Okay.
So you want to share your P&L, share your percentage, and that's all that's relevant.
Okay. That sounds good. That's very helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Good deal. All right. So did you have any further questions before we go ahead and wrap it up?
Nope. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate it. I'll let you guys go.
Oh, you're good to go. Come back anytime.
Yeah, good. Bucko had a good point. You can also share your paper trading P&L.
There you go.
Okay.
Your percentages on your paper trading.
Okay. And
good point, Bucko.
And it's the same method, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Yep. All right, James, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Well, thank you for helping me co-host once again. You are so awesome.
Actually, there was one thing.
What's up?
I mean, we'll talk more in detail about it later. But Haley actually explained something to me with this whole YouTube and how the algo works on YouTube. So we had to talk about that.
Okay.
Later.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a Plicity plan. All right, so everybody have a great night. I'm going to end with Coach's rules as I normally do and get back to some editing. And everybody have a great night. James, thanks again for being here. Marlena, thank you for coming up and getting your questions answered. Bucko, thank you for always being so helpful down there. And everybody else down there in the chat, love your faces. Maria, Leonard Jones, all you guys, J-Dog, Chad, everybody have a fantastic night. And I will see you mañana.
Night all.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.